Hey, it's day of the new 100 days. This is so confusing, but of the new 100 days, it's day 5. It's Sunday. I lost my mother last Wednesday night. And it's also, I think, day 74 on the year long of Daily Insights. A couple days ago, I made a video called Mourning My Mom, and I was bawling and crying and missing her, and I do so much and love her so much. And one real revelation that came up that I mentioned yesterday that really has been sticking with me, and it might almost sound crazy and it might sound almost like a denial, but one of the things that I've always said at my event is nobody has ever broken your heart, but they've broken your expectation. And by breaking your expectation, they get you closer to your heart. And it really, as much as I have been mourning, truly mourning, and there's definitely pockets of times that I'm crying and missing my mom, and also just don't understand it and kind of can't believe it. Like, it's just so recent that I saw her, and it's just so weird to take in how much your mind can't handle that you won't see her again. It's a crazy experience, and it's very, very painful. And also, I noticed and really understand that the thing that I said about no one breaks your heart, they break your expectations is true. One of the key places of our pain is that I have had an expectation that my mom would be with me longer, and that I feel like I'm owed more time. And my sadness shows up because I wanted to do this with her, and I wanted to spend more time with her, and I wanted to play with her more and laugh and call her more. That's my expectation. And I can also go into a place of massive appreciation that I got to be with my mom for those 39 years. My mom brought me so much joy and was so much fun, and I know that my family, we all brought each other joy, and my brother and I do, and I know that we did for Mom, and I'm so thankful for those times. And there is something forming in me that is a beautiful inner peace, an inner presence that I believe very much partly showed up because of how willing I was to cry when I felt like crying, and not run from it, not distract myself, not go watch TV, not do something that would deny it, but just to, when I felt like crying, start talking about why I want to cry so that I would cry. You know, someone wrote me, hey, you have to hear this one song. And I mentioned this before, but someone said, you have to hear this one song called Traces of You by Norah Jones. And I knew right when I saw that, I was like, feel like crying right there. So I was on my way to the gym, and I put it right on and cried, like on the way to the gym, really hard. And then it was out, and I got to the gym, and I was kind of in a deeper place of peace with myself, and worked out, and I was okay. And every day, I wouldn't just say the crying has gone down a little bit, but the inner peace of what I truly am is louder, because I'm really truly saying goodbye to an old story of me. And I can very much just be appreciative of this moment, and be appreciative that my mom is not suffering, and appreciative that wherever she is, I don't know where it is. I don't know what it is, but that doesn't mean it's not better than where she was. And only my ego would decide that she should be back in a hospital suffering. that she should be back with me, answering my phone calls. Like maybe she has decided inside of some soul place in herself that she wants to let go, or maybe she's been carrying a lot of baggage from pain from her life that she would like to let go of, and this was her way of doing it. I don't know the entire story, but I do know that one of the biggest causes of our pain is us arguing with what is. Not to go to basic Byron Katie, but I know that one of the biggest causes, one of the real sources of pain is that we think a circumstance should be different. Now that doesn't mean even when you totally own that everything is perfect, you're not going to cry. But there can be an added struggle when you argue with what is. There can be an added resistance. You're going to cry. You're going to cry out these old stories. But there can be an added resistance when you fight what is. And when we're in a lower place of awareness, we're often in an argument with what is. We say, I shouldn't be in this circumstance, in any circumstance. I shouldn't be in this circumstance at work, or I shouldn't be in this circumstance in this relationship, or single, or that person shouldn't have left me or broken up with me or cheated on me, or my mom shouldn't have passed away. But I don't know what happens on the other side. And I'm not asking. I'm okay with not knowing. And I so respect what everyone believes. But for me, I'm okay with not knowing. Because every time that I've been okay with not knowing, a space opened up and gave me more permission. And I've never, in accepting that I don't know, not turned out to be more engulfed in love, more safer and okay. That the unknown is safer than a lot of what our mind knows and protects. Our mind knows so much, and it's like, don't go over there. And it creates all of these problems. That's what Michael Beckwith said today at Agape. Like he says, we like to invent a problem so that we don't step into the greatness of what we really are. And I've learned that unknown has never not provided everything safe. And there's no way that the unknown of where my mom went isn't better than where she's been. The last 5 months, my poor mom has been in and out of a hospital, suffering horribly. And even in parts of her life when it was good, I know that she probably was unconsciously suffering in many different ways. And there's a big liberation that does show up in my heart, while still mourning greatly, and there will be months and months of tears. When I step into the deep place in my heart and step into the unknown, I know that whatever happened to her after she died is in here, in this same place that we all can access, in an unknown. And when you go into your heart, you step into an unknown, and it never isn't delivering. It's always delivering. It's always protecting you. It's always guiding you. It's always creating. It's always got you in all areas, and it loves you. So I'm in surrender right now. And maybe that's a passing stage, and maybe there's going to be something, and maybe this is some type of denial, or maybe I really am in a place of trusting that what is happening is okay. And that happens a lot of times much easier when we meditate, because then you go into an unknown. And when I'm in my head, I need my circumstances to be perfect. And when I'm in my heart, I understand everything's working out how it needs to. And I'm just arguing with what is. And who am I to say that my mom should be back here right now? That's where we get in trouble, when we say something should be different. It's exactly as it is. And when you go, I'm accepting it, I'm okay with it. I love my mom, and I love that she's not suffering. And I love that she's not carrying that body with so much pain anymore. Then I'm okay. And I feel an inner peace that I've never felt before. And I'm so thankful for this life. And I'm so thankful for the unbelievable 39 years that I got with my mom. And I'm thankful for whatever I get left where I can still remember my mom and feel my mom and connect on a new deep level with my brother and connect with my family and actually experience this life on a new level of appreciation, because now I get to step into it with a bigger reminder that it's, my friend Glenn Morshower says, it's because this moment is temporary that it's so special. And if this moment was forever, we wouldn't appreciate it. When we forget that everything's temporary, we don't appreciate it, and we take everything for granted. And it's because this is temporary that it's so magical, as Glenn Morshower would say. So I'm thankful right now, and I'm stepping into that place of knowing that this life is temporary, but what we are is bigger than that. And I love my life, and I love that I get to do this, and I love that I get to connect with you, and I love my mom.